First and goal from the 3. Rattler throws to the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown. DeVaughn Vele makes his first catch, and it's a touchdown. Trade from Denver, and man, you use that big 6'5" frame, you keep the inside leverage, boom, touchdown.
Obviously, I'm coming here to just make sure I contribute where I can. So, I'm coming to a good room with great guys, a really good players. So, I'm finding my spot and where I fit in this team and this offense, and whether that's on scout teams, special teams, or just supporting the guys on the sideline. I'm just making sure I'm accepting my role.
Welcome into the New Orleans Saints podcast presented by Rouse's Markets alongside wide receiver DeVaughn Vele. I'm Erin Summers. DeVaughn, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. It's been 13 weeks now into the season, but let's go back to when you first got traded here and your overall impressions of New Orleans and how things have been.
Oh, it's been awesome. Love the history here. It's a great program. Love the guys that are here, a lot of vets here. So learning from guys like that and understanding the culture that they're building here, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
What have you thought about Saints fans?
Oh, I love it. They got a nice swagger to them, especially in the stadium. When we score points, they play that song and everybody's up there dancing.
Yep.
It's a great environment.
You were traded August 20th. When the trade went down, what were your initial thoughts? Was it anything that you expected?
No, I definitely wasn't expecting it. But I've said it many times. Us as players, we understand it's a business at the end of the day. So, we understand that things like this can happen. And so you just got to stay ready and be able to adjust accordingly. I'm
sure it's still hard, even though you want to say it is a business. But making a change in your second season, coming into a new locker room, how was the adjustment?
It was definitely different. Definitely had to be on top of my game, especially with learning the playbook in such a short turnaround. Obviously, outside of football too, is a little bit more difficult as well for my family to have to pick up and move everything, on a drop of a dime. But everybody here was welcoming, and they welcomed us with open arms. So we're definitely grateful to be here.
Who did you lean on in the locker room?
There was a few guys, but obviously I spend most of my time with the receivers. So, guys like, Rashid, CO, Brandon Cooks when he was still here, Mason Tipton, all those guys were helping me, get adjusted and helping me with the plays and understanding everything, how it's run here. You
were a rookie last season. So coming into year 2, having to learn everything again, I mean, is what you just had to do when you got into the NFL in the first place. Did you lean on anything from your experience last year?
There's the biggest thing is just asking, not being afraid to ask questions, especially when, your job is performance-based. So you got to make sure you understand everything that's going on, how it's supposed to be run and how things are done here. So, I was an open book. I asked everybody any question that came to my mind to make sure I was doing the right thing and making sure I find my place on this team.
How long did it take for you to feel comfortable with the playbook? Because you missed training camp.
Yeah, I would say I was pretty comfortable after maybe 2-3 weeks. Yeah, the first couple of weeks were definitely hard to where, I'd hear the play, but it still wouldn't register entirely. But around week 2 or 3 is when it started really clicking.
We got your first touchdown week 2.
Yeah.
So, you kind of were there.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that moment like?
Oh, it was awesome. The coaches, believing in me and trusting me in a situation like that, especially with me being a new player and coming in and trying to find my place on the team. I was grateful for the opportunity. And I'm grateful that I was able to make that play.
I want to go back to when you first started football, as a little kid. Do you remember your first interaction with the game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I started a little bit late. I want to say I think I started in middle school, maybe 6th or 7th grade was the first time I started playing football. I was more of a basketball guy. I really loved basketball.
Why? Because you're 6'5"? You got tall early?
Yeah, no, I got tall late. I just loved basketball when I was a kid growing up. So I thought that was going to be my sport. But as I got older and kept playing, I realized, football I think is my calling. And I had to hang it up with basketball, so I stuck with football instead.
What was it about football that made you think that was your calling?
Just the opportunities. I felt like I was taking the most advantage of opportunities. The basketball is one of those ones you really have to be top dog in order for you to get noticed. And so I realized quickly that, I had a better chance with football. I was more acclimated to it a lot better, and I was able to be a better player in that aspect. So definitely went with that.
You grew up in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I love San Diego.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
just
beautiful.
expensive.
I was born in La Jolla.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm from
Okay.
the West Coast as well. So what did you like about just that environment? And you guys had a lot of success in high school as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't beat the weather
Yeah.
out in San Diego. Like I said, it's the most beautiful place in the U.S. Only thing is it's just super expensive.
Exactly.
But other than that, though, I loved it out there. And then, in high school, it was an awesome experience. We got to win a state championship my senior year of football, so that was really exciting.
Mm-hmm. What was the recruitment process like for you?
It was definitely difficult. We were a small school. That was our first time ever winning state champions at that school in history. So didn't get a lot of recruiters out of high school. I had a couple D1 AA's that offered me either partial or some form of scholarship, but I felt like, in my opinion, I could play at the Power 5 level. And so when signing day came around and I didn't really have anywhere to go, I was juggling the idea of what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to walk on, take the junior college route, and then I'm actually a Mormon myself, so I decided to kind of put everything to the side for a little bit and go serve a 2-year mission, and then kind of go from there and see what was going to happen.
With the decision going into doing that mission for 2 years, you put football off for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did that worry you at all that you weren't going to be able to jump back into it?
I mean, getting a little bit more religious on this side, I felt like at the time, with me putting God first, I felt like, He's going to make something happen. What's meant to be is meant to be. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just went in full head of steam, just trusting in Him and just saying, I'm doing this, and whatever happens is going to happen. If I have a chance at football, I'll take that chance. If I don't, then we'll adjust accordingly.
How big was religion for you growing up?
It was pretty big. I struggled with it a little bit in the beginning, but as I got older and, you start getting more mature and started realizing how life really is, you start leaning on things that help you stay positive and get through tough times. And I felt like religion was that, that centerpiece that helped me with that.
What did you gain from your 2-year mission in Samoa?
Maturity and humbleness, for sure. There's experiences that I experienced on my mission, especially being in a third world country. I got to serve in Samoa, and I am of Samoan descent, so it was really cool to experience that. But you realize how much you take for granted the luxuries and the necessities that we have here in America that other people don't have in third world countries. And so being able to be a part of that, helping people and understanding that there's things bigger than football, there's things bigger than yourself, I felt like it made me mature really quickly. How
have you carried that mentality with you?
I still carry it with me to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Always being grateful for every little thing. I know there's always going to be times where things could get tough. You might start getting down on yourself, but you're grateful that you're even alive, that there's these little things that you can always be grateful for your family, for the fact that you have a job, you have a roof over your head, a car, things like that, and just not taking things for granted.
I butchered the name of where you went.
Oh.
I said Samoa, and you're like, how did you say it?
Samoa. It's the same thing.
It's kind of. So I apologize.
No, you're totally fine.
When you got done with your mission, how did you jump back into football?
It was kind of the same crossroad I was dealing with in high school. Came back, was trying to figure out whether I was going to do junior college or walk on. I talked to a few people that some family members knew, and I got preferred walk-ons to BYU in Utah, and ended up deciding to walk on at Utah and try my luck over there.
You ended up walking on, but then you got a scholarship?
Yes, yeah, I got a scholarship within a year.
How did that happen? That moment? You see videos of people finding out, and just the excitement that is surrounding that.
It was for sure awesome. I wanted to get a scholarship as soon as I could. That way, me and my family weren't paying out of pocket for college so much. So, putting in that extra work, being there longer than any other guys, and doing extra film study, finding out ways to get better, finding ways to be able to get on that field. I felt like I had an edge over everybody else, and that was what was driving me and motivating me.
You're a little bit older because of the mission that you served. In 2022, you thought about going into the NFL, but then went back to college. What went into that decision?
It was a lot of things. I felt like I had a better opportunity with doing one more year of putting some good film out there. I didn't know for sure after 22. I had a good season, but I didn't know if it was enough for teams to take a chance on me. And so I felt like coming back for another year, being able to replicate what I did that one season, and that it wasn't a Cinderella season, but that I'm able to duplicate what I did or even surpass it. I felt like that was going to give me a better opportunity to get a foot in the door with teams wanting to either draft me or sign me as undrafted.
But then you waited until 2024, right? You stayed 2 years?
I entered, so 22 was when I was planning, and then 23, after the 23 season, I entered the draft.
Oh, right,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, and 24 was my rookie year.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you got drafted, it was the 7th round. I mentioned being a little bit older. What do you think, though, like, how was that a benefit for you and maybe not a negative as some people saw because of how you fell a little bit in the draft? In
regards to how old I was?
Yeah.
I talked to my agent, and we already knew from the get. After the season was done, we knew that age was going to be, an issue.
Yeah.
Obviously, teams, it's a 4-year contract, so by the time I'm done, I'll be 30 years old. We knew that was going to be a kind of a caveat for a lot of teams to not want to draft me. But I still went about my business the right way. I wanted to make sure, even just me getting a shot, I felt like it was the same situation I was in with the walk-on, just me proving myself again and being given an opportunity that I have to take advantage of it. And so, I was willing to do whatever I had to do with whatever teams took a chance on me, and just being able to prove them right, and that they didn't, waste their time on me, and that I was a proven commodity. So
yeah, you proved yourself in year 1. I know it's been a little up and down here with the way the season has gone, wins and losses, but you have an opportunity now where the wide receiver room has thinned out a little bit. What's your approach at this point in the season?
It's still the same approach that I had when I first got here. We come here to win games, and that's obviously what I want to do. And so finding my role in that, finding ways that I can help this team get to that, get to those wins, that's the biggest thing that I focus on. So, obviously everybody wants targets, everybody wants catches, but at the end of the day, what matters at the end is that W in the win column. So that's all I focus on, and whatever the game plan has me doing, whether it's blocking, whether I'm getting the ball a lot more, or whatever it ends up being, at the end of the day, I just want to help this team win.
How do things change for you when the quarterback changes?
It's I know a lot of people don't talk about it as much, but you have to find that chemistry with them. Every quarterback plays differently, they read things differently, their style is different, and so as receivers we have to adjust accordingly, and we have to help them out at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And so it's on us to make the quarterbacks feel comfortable that they can trust us with making plays or those jump ball situations and things like that, so they can feel comfortable in that pocket. And so I feel like it's on both ends. It's on the quarterback and it's on the receivers as well.
How much time does it take to develop that chemistry?
Obviously it varies with who's playing and who what the situation is, but obviously that's why we practice, and we try to get that extra film study, extra throwing after practice and things like that, just to build that chemistry with them. When
you are preparing for a game and watching film, what are you looking at?
Obviously we look for how the tendencies of defenses, the little nuances that they do, and then also the personnel, how the DBs play, how the safeties play, and we adjust accordingly to that in regards to the game plan that we have installed. And so those are the biggest things that we watch and just focus on, and then obviously you just got to focus on yourself and how you run your routes and how you play.
Have you done a lot on the Dolphins yet?
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of film study on it so far. We always talk about any given Sunday, so you always have to make sure you bring your A game every time you step onto that field. And so it's going to be a good game, and just got to make sure we execute the game plan that the coaches give us and just trust in the process. Yeah.
Something that has come up a lot this season is the inefficiency in the red zone. When you look at that area, what needs to change?
I feel like execution, everybody doing their job. I feel like there's a few times where it's either one or two guys just either barely missing the block or forgetting to execute, or little alignments and assignments that we miss out on that ends up being the deal breaker. And so obviously we want to be on the winning end of that, where we're the guys making that extra effort, that extra play that gets us into the red zone. And so I feel like just focusing on ourselves rather than looking outward, making sure that we own our 111th, that's the biggest thing we got to focus on when it comes to the red zone.
Yeah. Who are the biggest characters on the team?
Biggest characters. I'll say Foster Moreau and Chase Young. They got like a little beef with each other, obviously friendly beef, but like those two are funny in the locker room and in meetings, man. They just be always cracking jokes and things like that, but it's fun to see, and it's super, super entertaining.
Yeah, they both seem like they kind of moved to the beat of their own drum.
Oh yeah.
little different.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that a lot, but I catch it sometimes in the locker room. Just very random. Foster doesn't stop talking at all.
Foster's one of those guys that he says whatever comes to his mind. You'll know exactly what he's thinking, how he feels about you and stuff.
And
I feel like him and Chase are just like, they're two different sides of the same coin, in my opinion, and it's just super funny.
But Chase will just be like having a conversation with himself or something, like just random
just hype,
singing or whatever he's doing. So definitely a very funny guy. So how would you describe yourself, your personality?
I'm a little quieter. I'm more of the guy in the background. That's why you don't see me on a lot of social media things or anything like that. I'm not super big on that, but you know, I'm always there for the guys, you know, whatever they stand in need of and things like that. And I'm always willing to extend a helping hand to them. So just a guy in the background that's always willing to help people. I feel like that's kind of who I am.
How do you juggle the dynamic of being new in the league, but being a little bit older? Because I'm sure some of the social media trends and stuff like music or whatever, you're not like on the same page with the rookies about.
I mean, like I said, I kind of keep to myself anyway, so it's not something that like bothers me or anything like that. Obviously, I still am able to, you know, relate with the younger guys because I'm still within the same years in regards to like how long they've been in the league and how long I have been too. So it's not too crazy, but it is crazy to find out, you know, there's certain rookies that I'm with, like last year I'm with, and I find out, you know, they were like in 8th grade when I was a senior in high school, and we're playing football together. So it's just crazy to think of that. But like I said, I don't let it get to me as much. I enjoy everything and everybody that I hang out with, and so it's fun.
I talked to Talia Sefuaga not too long ago. He has Polynesian roots as well, same as you. How has that kind of developed who you are?
It's been everything. It's about how I, you know, approach every day. It's been like my backbone as well, and you know, the things that I value in my life comes from that cultural stem. And so I know Tali can relate to it as well. You know, being Polynesian, the biggest thing is family. We're always big on family, and everything is around family and God. So that's been my backbone, and that's how I operate.
He has a few more tattoos than you do.
Yes, he does.
But you you still have the same types of tattoos. And he said he didn't know what his meant.
Yeah, I mean, most people, like, you kind of get an idea of what it is, but it's not as detailed as people think it is. Like, they think it's like, oh, it tells the exact story of like how your life went. It's like, no, it's just a Polynesian tattoo.
Okay, fair. You said family's really important. So what is your family like? Like, how big is it? The dynamic?
So me personally, I'm an only child. I grew up with a single mom, but she ended up getting remarried to my stepdad, who I consider my real father now. And then I'm married to my beautiful wife, Taimane, and we have a beautiful daughter, Tehani. She's 11 months old. She turns a year old next month. And we're expecting our second one, a boy, in February.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so it's been exciting. Our little family's growing. So,
that's awesome. So how was moving and settling in a new place with all of them, or where is the home base for you guys?
Right now, our home base is in Utah. You know, me and my wife met in college in Utah, and so, you know, that's a familiar area, and we have family there as well, and so we've enjoyed living out there, and so. But it's been good. Like I said, it was a little difficult at the beginning when we first got traded, having to, you know, scramble around and move everything around. But, you know, we got everything settled, and we're happy to be here. And
she's able to be here with you and everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know they are probably enjoying New Orleans. It's a little different place than Utah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we love it, though. It's awesome.
Have you gotten out and about in the city and tried different food or anything like that?
Yeah, we have been trying, obviously, all the food that we can out here. And it's been good, you know, trying things like gumbo and stuff like that. And so it's been awesome. I love the food out here. That's
great. I know you probably don't know yet, but would you like your kids to play sports?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, I'll leave it up to them, but, you know, I'm definitely going to have a little bit more of an emphasis of, like, you should be playing sports.
Well, especially since you're now going to have a little boy, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's going to have to carry the legacy on, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
When you look at the season overall, like, what has been your approach here in year 2, and maybe some personal goals that you'd like to have going forward?
You know, just solidifying myself as, you know, not only proving to myself, but to, you know, teams, especially, you know, the Saints organization, that, you know, I'm here to, you know, win games, and I'm here to help wherever I can. And so this year I've been definitely focusing on just fixing the little things, getting more accustomed and adjusted to the league. Games slowing down a lot more compared to last year being a rookie. So I'm seeing the field a lot better, just working on the little things, especially with the route running and especially, after the season's done, you can go back and watch and see the things that, you can improve on, and the things that you did do good, how you can keep utilizing that. And so that's definitely what I've been focusing on this year, and I plan to continue to do on for the rest of my career.
After the season's over, you're obviously going to have your hands full with a new baby and everything, but what do you like to do off-season wise or just outside of football?
Yeah, obviously outside of spending time with my family, I'm a big fishing guy. I like fishing a lot. Anytime I can get out to the water and fish and have a good book to read, I'll take that over anything. And then me and my wife are actually into golf now, so that's been fun going out with her and us going golfing. Obviously, we can't go out as often now with kids, but those two things are pretty much our favorite things to do, is fishing and golf. So.
What type of fishing?
Deep sea and freshwater. Okay. So I grew up obviously in San Diego. They have charter boats that would go out for 6-7 hours. So I used to go deep sea fishing with my dad a lot. But when I got to Utah and then, out here as well, I'm starting to learn how to freshwater fish as well. So it's been fun.
Very cool. Going into a typical game week, what is the routine? How much are we focusing on football versus some of the outside stuff that you like to focus in on?
Obviously when I'm in the facility and even a little bit after meetings are done and things like that, I try to get little extra, jug work, catching footballs or extra film work. But I like to leave my job behind when I get home. When I walk through that door, it's all about my wife and my kids. And so I try to leave that stuff outside and focus on them and spending time with them, because, especially when we're in season, it's hard to find that time to spend time with them. So I like to prioritize that for them. So, I have a good balance of, not overworking myself, but also spending time with my family. You
mentioned that you like a good book. So what kind of books do you read?
All kind of books, honestly. I used to read a lot of fantasy books when I was in, high school and stuff like that. Now I'm starting to get into more motivational books. And then I'm starting to look into finances. I want to be, financially capable after I'm done with football. So I've been reading little books here and there to kind of understand a little bit more about finances and stuff like that. So that
in itself is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking about investing or the stock market and all those, it's crazy. I have a big book that I'm trying to read, but I haven't really gotten much into it because of work. I'm I really need to kind of get on top of that area of my life, but one day. With the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving obviously this week and Christmas in the future, what are some of your favorite holiday traditions?
I've always been a big fan of decorating the Christmas tree with some good Christmas music. There's nothing that beats that, spending time with your family and being able to decorate not only the Christmas tree, but decorate the house and doing little things like gingerbread houses and stuff like that. I've always find that's a fun tradition, because you get to really spend time with your family and really be grateful for, little things like that. And
this is going to be your first Christmas with a little over 1-year-old. So that's going to be fun. Lots of extra presents.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And stuff to get ready for.
Her birthday and Christmas are 5 days apart, so.
Oh, that's going to be tough in the
I might have to just combine them.
She's going to be mad. You can't do that. She's going to want her 2 separate days.
No, I know.
I'm just telling you from a girl's perspective. All right, I'm going to give you some rapid fire questions so we can get to know some off the wall things about you.
Okay.
What is your pregame routine?
Stretching and some good reggae music.
I was going to ask you what's on the pregame playlist.
Reggae? I listen to some Polynesian music and some reggae music.
All right.
Yeah.
If you could be any animal, what would it be?
A red panda. That's my favorite animal. So.
Why?
I don't know. I just like red pandas. And one of my favorite kids movies was Kung Fu Panda. So, that kind of ties into it.
Fair. Where in the world would you like to visit?
Japan.
Never been.
Never been there, but I love the culture and the food. So I've always wanted to go there.
I feel like they have pandas in Japan.
I would
Kung
assume
Fu, right?
so. I would assume so. I know that's Chinese, but who knows?
Oh, fair. Favorite TV show?
I'll say SpongeBob. I even to this day, I'm a grown adult, but I still will watch SpongeBob. I think that's one of the funniest shows I've ever watched in my life. So
I don't disagree. It is pretty entertaining. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
That's a different color.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for it? You just like it?
I just like purple.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
I think you can never go wrong with a good steak. like some ribeye steak, I've always been a big fan of. So yeah.
Tali was telling me about like the different Polynesian food.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I was gonna say Samoan food, but then it goes off on a whole tangent of what kind of food that is. So I just kept it simple.
It sounded like a lot of carbs.
A ton of carbs.
Yeah,
that's why we're all huge.
You're not though.
Because I'm only half.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
What was your nickname that people called you when you were little?
I didn't have a nickname when I was little, but in high school for football, everybody called me Devo. I don't know where that came from. It was just a name that stuck, and so yeah, that was the nickname I had in high school.
Do you have it still?
No, nobody calls me. If somebody calls me that means it's somebody I knew from high school.
Yeah, you don't have any nicknames now that you're in the NFL.
No,
just DeVaughn.
They just call me Vele.
Vele.
Yeah,
makes sense. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh, say the stuffing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stuffing.
Yeah.
And then you get into the end zone, touchdown. Do you have a favorite celebration?
I'm not a big celebrator. I know I should, but I've never been a big. I'm more of the guy that likes to look for the O-line and all the guys that celebrate with, and because I know the play couldn't have been made without them, and so I'm not a big celebrator. So that's why you don't see me doing much of flashy stuff. I mean, I did throw up the S on my first touchdown when I was there to represent Samoa, but other than that, I'm not really flashy with it.
How much pride do you have in your heritage?
A ton of pride. Yeah, I love my culture. I'm grateful to be Samoan, and so it's an awesome culture, and obviously it's been a big part of my life. So I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome catching up with you. It's great to know a little bit more about you off the field as well, and I look forward to more of you this season.
Perfect, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. This has been the New Orleans Saints podcast presented by Rouse's Markets with wide receiver DeVaughn Vele. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.